Okay, so welcome everybody to today's presentation. Just a few housekeeping items while we get started. If you wanted to just put yourselves on mute as the presentation is going on, and then feel free, you could unmute yourself and ask any questions that you have, or if you want to use the text chat, you could do that as well. I just wanted to remind everybody, and we'll put it in the chat throughout the presentation, but if you have to leave early or something, or would like a copy of the webinar today, you can email Kylie at communications@pero.ca, and she'll be able to provide you with the information that Bernice has today, as well as the recording. And also just we'll put it again through the chat, but remind you of the different events that we have here at Pero. A lot of biz camps, our breakfast tour that's happening. The next one, I believe, is at the end of September in Newfoundland. So we'll put some more information in there, but always check out our website at pero.ca. And without any further ado, I would like to welcome back Bernice for the part two. I'm just going to do a brief introduction here. So Bernice Williams is the founder of International Connection and the
Intentional,
Queen.
sorry.
Oh, yep.
It's okay.
Oh, sorry. Just in case anybody wasn't here last week, Queen Bee at Hive Connections Publishing, where she blends her passion for people, storytelling, and entrepreneurship with a focus on building capacity and creating opportunities. Bernice works with organizations and businesses owners to grow their networks, develop skills, and boost confidence, whether through facilitation, training, international business, matchmaking, or one-on-one coaching. She is dedicated to fostering stronger businesses, and communities. Bernice's love for people fuels her unique ability to uncover hidden connections and open doors for growth. Her superpower, collecting stories and connecting people, helping them flourish both personally and professionally. So welcome back, Bernice. We're glad to have you.
Awesome. Thanks, Lori. I'm so excited to be here, everyone. If you weren't here last week, don't panic. You don't need to have had part one to be in part two, and I'm glad that you came. If you were here last week, then you saw a little taste of what we can do together. And today is going to feel like a little bit of a fire hose as well. I'm going to give you lots of information, but the good thing is this is recorded so that you get to digest it slowly and piece by piece. So I have a quick PowerPoint that I'm going to share and talk about what we're talking about today. So you can see I've got part two up here. Um, you just heard a little bit about me. My business is actually called Intentional Connection. Everybody calls it International Connection. I might just change the name. But it is Intentional Connection. You can find me on LinkedIn if you're looking for me just under my name. So a couple of the tools that I want to talk about today. Anybody using Calendly? Stick your hand up in the air. If you are not using Calendly, this is a gift you give yourself. This is a great piece to help you with setting appointments. There is a free version and a paid version. What I love about this is the fact that I can send you a calendar link, and it is better at boundaries than I am. And when I say that, what I mean is you can set the time frames of which you'd like to work. So if you're looking at my calendar, then you cannot work, you cannot book a meeting on Friday past 2 o'clock. Why? Because I don't want to work on Friday afternoons and I'm the boss. So I set my calendar up in such a way that you cannot have access to it past 2 p.m. on Fridays. Monday to Friday, you get me 9 to 5. If I was working on a special project, I can change that and put it till, say, 8 o'clock on a Tuesday night because that's when I want to be available. So it eliminates 100 emails of going, are you available on Tuesday at 2? How about Wednesday at 3 or Thursday at 4? And you got to go back and forth and back and forth. This makes it seamless. They click in, and most people will find a spot for themselves when they look at your calendar and not spend time sending you an email saying, well, what about Saturday morning at 7 a.m.? They're just going to fit themselves in to what works for you. I often give people the option and say, if you look at my calendar, Tuesdays and Thursdays are blocked as my working day. So if you can't find something in the next 2 weeks, just send me a note and I'm happy to see if I can squeeze you in. I don't give that out to everyone, and that means good calendar management. So I always like to show you exactly what it looks like in real life. So if you bear with me, I'm going to escape out of here, stop share in order to do it. And I will share again. And oops, technology, stop share. I'm going to pull up my calendar so that you can see. Please unmute, ask any questions. This is the best place for you to learn. I color code. So it says personal on Wednesday next week because I've got some stuff going on. Friday, I don't want to work on Friday that week. You can see I'm starting to plan my trip to Fort St. John. So you can see in here how people are filling themselves in, right? I book my free time in the morning. I'm not getting up really early. When I was home, that was actually my lunch hour, but I'm on a 4-hour time difference, so that 12 to 2 has changed, right? It requires you to be on top of your game in terms of making your calendar full of the things that are important. Put your family things in there, color code them differently, put your breakfast meetings. So it looks like 5 a.m. for the Center for Women in Business in Nova Scotia's Coffee Talk. It's really 9 a.m. at home again. I'm in BC right now. So this is what the paid version looks like behind the scenes. I can set these up. So if I want to do let's grab a coffee, it's a 45-minute one-on-one. I have a get shit done. So for anybody that I'm doing coaching work, we need a 90-minute session. This is the link I would send them. I have something, a 30-minute free consultation, right? And they all have their own individual links. Whoops, show me the page. So it's just a quick link there. If you want to look at the settings, you can go in and edit and change all of the pieces. So it's easy. You can set up questions in advance. It's going to show you what the availability looks like for this one. See, look, 9 to 1500, which is 3 o'clock that day, right? I was generous. I gave you an extra hour. But some of these are 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. because it's what I'm looking at. So a connection chat, if you look at that one, oh, you're only getting 5 o'clock and 2 o'clock on those days, right? It depends on what I want to make available to other people. So the free version gives you one link. The paid version gives you multiple links for different things. So I'm always encouraging you to take a look at both options. The next thing, I'm not going to pull up my PowerPoint because I'm going to go right here, is BombBomb. Anybody familiar with BombBomb? Donna, I know that you are because I've sent you a couple of them. Anybody else? I love BombBomb because energy is contagious. So if I sent you an email that looked like this, and this was me this morning, still in my pajamas, I have changed. And let me just stop share for 1 sec, make sure I've got the volume on. Good morning. This is a test video for my workshop today. Super excited to bring everyone together and to be talking about AI tips, tricks, and tools. And this is BombBomb in action. So that's me. It takes 2 minutes or however long. That's a 13-second video. But if you get that in your inbox, this is what it looks like. So the first couple of seconds are animated. So I'm usually waving. Sometimes I might hold up a little note that says, "Hi, Lori," if Lori was a new contact, right? So you want to get people's attention. You want to be memorable. You want to be sticky. This is fabulous for follow-up. If you have been at a trade show, if you have been at a conference where you met a whole bunch of people and you're not sure they'll remember you, this puts a face to the email. And energy is contagious. So I have done these and said, oh my gosh, I just had the most amazing conversation with Lana and Kylie. And so I want to introduce the two of you to each other. If I type the same thing, it doesn't resonate as loudly, and you may or may not answer, but this creates a sense of urgency, and people are more likely to engage and to answer in these. I really love sharing this, and I've had some really great conversations with these and coming back and having conversations. Any questions about either Calendly or BombBomb?
Bernice, what's the cost of the bomb bomb again? Because I've never looked into it.
That's a great question, Donna. Thanks for asking. So if you click on the pricing, I think this one is 39 and it is a US company. So I know that there's lots of people trying to find it. They do a 2-week free trial and I can't find their pricing. I think it's about $39 a month. Um, sorry for the Blair Witch scroll here, folks. So this is an example of why when you say pricing, you should actually have your pricing on your pricing page because it makes people crazy. Like me, who's just trying to find out how much this darn thing costs.
There's
Uh,
pricing right at the top.
yeah, I clicked it.
Oh, did you? Wow.
Yeah, and it keeps coming back to the first page. It
Uh,
won't let me go. Um,
No, as long
so
as I just didn't know whether, because some things are 5 and some are 50. You never know. So it's
yeah,
about
exactly. What I
30.
love about this is it comes with tracking. So you can see that the recent watch is 100%, the longest watch is 100%. It's had one play, right? So you can see, I wrote an email. This is really interesting. Last night at wee hours of the morning, it's already had 21 opens. So I love that. That's an add-on that I can track. And so I'm secretly spying on whether or not you're opening my emails. And I can also tell, did you watch it for 1 minute? If I did a 2-minute video, like where you're stopping, so I know that I've lost you, right? So I can go in there and take a look and go, oh, I sent this to Christina and Mary, and one person opened it, but the other didn't. I wonder if Mary's reading her emails or if she's left did I end up in her spam box? Right? So you get to follow up based on the information. Information is key in all of these things. Okay? Questions, queries, thoughts? If not, I'm going to move right along.
yeah, Collie found it and it's $36 per user
Oh,
per month.
perfect. Thank you. And that's
And
probably 36 US. So I'm saying
yes,
40 Canadian. It might be a little bit more. Okay.
so that's
Awesome.
what this does, is makes videos for you and tracks it, correct?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
It is awesome. Awesome. I use it a lot more than I thought. The first couple of times I was like, oh, do I have my makeup on? Like, I don't even have any makeup on. I have lipstick at least now. But I'm seriously in my pajamas in that video. You can't tell. And who cares? It's an energy video. It's a share. It's a quick, people are just excited to see something different in their inbox in the morning. And I'm so cute. How could you not click on me, right? So, the other thing that I love, and is Streak. Anybody using Streak for Gmail? It works in a couple of different platforms as well. This is a 3-minute video of Streak, and I'm going to use theirs rather than me tell you about it because they do such a fabulous job. Then we'll talk about it in a moment. But Streak basically is an add-on that you fit into your Gmail. Again, it's about tracking, it's about follow-up, and it's about pipelines. So often people say to me, what CRM should I use? Try the free ones first, right? This is just an add-on that works quite easily, and it'll show you a little bit about their pipelines if I can move the piece to get it to play.
Pipelines allow you to track
Can you hear
information
it
through a
okay?
process. In this video, we'll show you the 3
Great.
components of a pipeline: stages for each step of your process, columns to track detailed data, and rows, which are the actual things you're moving through your pipeline. A pipeline looks like a spreadsheet, but it can actually do a lot more. In fact, it's the main tool we'll use to manage our workflow in Streak. This pipeline is for tracking sales leads, but we also have a pipeline for customer success, support, content, and hiring. Pipelines are completely customizable, so we can use them to track anything. At the top of the pipeline, we can see our stages and how many things are currently in each stage. Each stage represents a step in our process, like incoming leads, contacting leads for the first time, pitching them, and so on for each action that we take with a sales lead. If we're tracking something else, like a hiring pipeline, We would have stages that represent each candidate's interview process. When we complete an action, like reaching out to new leads, move each lead to the next stage to keep track of where they are in your process. You'll notice the numbers at the top of our pipeline update to show how many boxes we currently have in each stage. The goal, of course, is to move our boxes through our pipeline to the right. Next up are pipeline columns. All of the information that we want to track about our leads gets stored in these columns. We can choose what information to track in our pipelines, like whether or not our lead is interested in training, which products they want to buy, or when the deal is expected to close. Some columns even magically fill in data for us, so we have tons of useful information in our pipeline. Check out our deep dive video on columns to learn more about which ones to use in your pipelines. Finally, each row in our pipeline is one thing, in this case, a sales lead, that we're tracking. We call these boxes because they can hold all different types of information. Inside each box, we can add emails with our contacts, jot down notes from phone calls and meetings, leave comments for our team or as a little note to self, and a whole lot more. The information on the right side of the screen probably looks familiar because it's another view of the columns that we saw in our sales pipeline. Contacts and organizations store contact information like addresses and phone numbers all in one place and give us shortcuts to draft emails, send calendar invites, make calls, and more directly from our pipeline view. Now that we've learned the basics of pipelines, it's time to build your own. We'll show you how to master your workflow and keep things moving through your pipelines in the following lessons.
What are your thoughts about that?
Columns hold the data that we
Hang on, sorry, I gotta stop her.
In this video, we'll look at a sales pipeline for our wholesale coffee business to explore the 3 types of columns: basic columns, people columns, and
Okay. Any thoughts? Anybody using Streak or another CRM system? My goodness, you're all quiet this morning. So that one is free. It's an add-on to Gmail. It works. There's a couple of different add-ons you can use. I use Gmail. What I really love about it is the pipeline thoughts. So you can, it's as it showed, you can have it for sales, you can have it for hiring, you can have it for all different kinds of things, and you can customize it. So I was working on a book and I could put them in these were potential authors or collaborators. These were, I had reached out to them, I had invited them to the book launch, you know, whatever I want to do to set up, and you can track them and it will move them as you go along. And you can say, okay, I've got 53 leads here, and those leads have had their first contact. So they move from leads to first contact. So then you know you need to put more people in the lead box, right? Then they go from first contact to second contact. Oh, maybe Sally followed up. So Sally now goes into, we've had a conversation, right? And you can track people as they go. One of the things that I see happen all the time with entrepreneurs is they attend networking events, they might attend a trade show, they may be going to a conference, and they don't know how to track these leads that they get. They don't have any sort of system to follow up. And this is a great tool to help you with that follow-up process because we know that the sale is in the follow-up. It isn't in the first conversation. Very rarely do people buy, especially services, the first time you meet them, right? They're more apt to buy the more you have conversations. And on average, it's between 8 and 11 touch points with a customer before they're purchasing. So if you don't have a follow-up plan, you're in trouble. So we want you to have a follow-up plan and to know that you're working on some of the tools and tips and tricks that are helping you to get there. Any comments, questions? thoughts?
Bernice, we here at Para we use Airtables.
Okay,
I do it's a CRM system.
yeah,
But I do have questions. I do have questions some days about how much time I spend updating the CRM versus how much time I spend working because
Interesting.
it's fairly complex.
Yeah.
And I also, I think it's like most things, people, I think, sort of fall into a pattern of use, whereas they use the stuff they know and
Yeah.
that can yield results for them, and perhaps aren't really aware of the full scope of work that it can do.
Absolutely, Mary, that's a great comment. One of the things I do every once in a while is I will say to my dear friend Jane, otherwise known as ChatGPT, for those of you who weren't here last week, I asked ChatGPT to look at these tools and to tell me how I can use them better, or what's a tip and trick I could learn. So when you're using them and you don't think you're getting enough out of them, or they're taking more time, then go into ChatGPT and say, hey, I like this, but I'd like to use it better or more. Can you give me three examples of how to use this better? She's pretty awesome at pulling out some information, and I'm going to show you her in action again this morning. So can you put, somebody asked if you could put the piece in there that you're sharing, the name of the CRM that you're sharing, if you don't mind putting it in the chat. There we go. Airtable. Perfect.
Yeah, I think Kylie entered it.
Yep. Excellent. Any other questions? Yep. I think it's Neela.
Yeah, hi, Neelu. Neelu. So, I have a question. So, uh, for the proper time management and follow up and all those things we can put on the calendar according but my question is, if we send information like a 10 services, sorry, 10 clients at the same times, like a
Yep.
CC or BCC, right? So can we do under the you just mentioned the sorry
Streak.
strict pipeline, yeah,
Yep. Yeah, you sure can. So if you're
and
sending it out,
set up the meeting as well at the same time with the 10 clients, just example.
so it's a link. The chances of 10 people actually clicking on the link at exactly the same time is very rare. So it's whenever they open the email, it will give them options to the calendar. So I'm just going to go back there and open mine. Just bear with me. Oops, I forgot to share the screen. Sorry about that. So share screen. So if you look at my email, when I send it out, it says book a virtual coffee down at the bottom. So when you get it, this is what it looks like inside. Book a virtual coffee. Do, 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 do. I feel like I should do the music. So this is what you see as a client coming in. Oh, look, she's got availability the 23rd, the 24th, the 26th, the 30th. Let's look at July because I'm really busy in June. Oh, I can't book her on Wednesdays and Fridays. She must be a really busy girl. Little do you know, I'm just hanging out with my peeps and I don't want to talk to you then. It says you can book in my calendar at 5 a.m. Again, I am in Vancouver right now, so the 9 a.m. that I scheduled this for, Halifax time, is what's showing up for 5 a.m. Please don't book me at 5 a.m. for God's sake. It's far too early. But by July 28th, I will no longer be in Vancouver. So if you wanted to book at 10 a.m., I'll walk you right through. So it asks the name, your email address. How did we meet? That's a cue for me because I meet people in all kinds of places, and I'm wondering, like, where did you come from? How did you get to me? So you might put in there Paro Workshop. Donna and I met at the Center for Women in Business Coffee Talk. Lana and I met at probably the same place, I think, Lana, if I think back. Adele and I met at a Chamber of Commerce event, right? So there's all kinds of ways that you might put, things in there. Some people go, "Oh, I've just known you forever," and they make silly things. Is there anything you want to share and that will help in advance of our virtual coffee? Right? I want to know what you want to talk about. Give me some clues so I know what I'm setting myself up for. What's the best way to contact you if there are any tech challenges? Do you want me to text? Give me your phone number, and away we go. right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So, sorry. So, Bernice, I just want to just know because I use because I am getting a calendar invite, or if I want to book an appointment with a business counsel, I understand this one, but I was just a question with the streak pipeline.
yeah.
So means streak pipeline and Google Calendar, they work together or is it independent?
No, independent.
That's my
Independent. So
question.
you
It
would
was
have, sorry, my apologies on that.
no,
You
it's
would
okay.
take
It's
one
okay.
of these links, right? You
Okay.
copy the link and then you could send it out and then it will automatically fill in. I don't have my streak pipeline on right now because I have a couple of other things going
Yeah.
on. So I
Yeah.
can't show you that one live.
Yeah. I'm familiar with the Calendly.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So sorry for that. Yeah.
No,
Thank
that's
you.
okay. That's
Thank you.
okay. Thanks, Neelu. Neelu?
Neelu. Yeah. And double
Thank you, Neelu.
E. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Neelu.
Awesome. Perfect. Any other comments about Streak? Try it. It's free. It's fun. Play with it. See if you like it. If you don't like it, Google or use Perplexity, sorry, and check another one. Perplexity is great at giving you the top 10 CRMs. Ask it for the free ones. Ask it for the resources.
So
Yeah.
Here-
just a question. So
Please.
this one that you're just talking about, you said it's an add-on to Gmail?
Yep.
Okay, so then we just access it through that?
Yep. It's a download. So you can see it up here on my toolbar. It says Streak for CRM. CRM
Oh,
for
up there.
Gmail.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when
Yeah.
you go in, you're just adding it, you just download and add it to your toolbar.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying that for me.
Yeah. Yep. There are extensions. So, and I'm in YouTube. Look at all the, like, if I just put Streak for Gmail, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos to show you how to use this better. Right? You just-
Bernice, I have a quick question.
Please.
Last week you had showed us a tool that you use to help organize your inbox, which was a Gmail. So do you have those kind of all working together? So like your one that's organizing your inbox knows that you're using Streak, and so when you get a response from somebody who's on Streak, it like, do you know what I mean? Like, does it do all that, or you got to remember, oh, this email came in and it has a template response, and now I'm responding, so now I got to go into my CRM and
No.
enter that you know what I mean?
It does it automatically.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I have it turned off. I like Fixer better than Streak, but Fixer is a paid version. So Streak is a not paid version. And I wanted to show you, kind of give you both options. So Streak is free, has a little different options in it in terms of the pipeline and the follow-up piece. Like I said, it's excellent if you're going to a conference, a trade show, or whatever, where you're collecting names and databases and you want to start building that out. Fixer is my everyday answering my emails. That's why you see, if you look at my inbox, there it says to respond. Vanessa sent me a lot of messages yesterday. And these are FYIs. There's some drafts there. So those are the notes from my meetings yesterday. But the draft, I haven't opened it. The draft is already there. So that's a difference in Fixer and Streak. Streak isn't answering your emails for you, but it will track everything that you do with that customer. Does that answer your question? Okay, good. Great. Then I want to show you anybody creating content for social media? Yes, I see lots of hands coming up. How do you know what to talk about? Some days it's really hard kind of coming up with some new, fresh ideas, content. So this is a website that I use all the time. There is free and paid. So the free might give me 2 searches a day, and I didn't do any in advance today so that I could reach out and do this. Anybody want to be a volunteer? Unmute yourself and tell me what business you're in.
I'll jump.
I'm
Okay.
in massage and life coaching.
Okay. Let's do life coaching. So 1 to 2 words for best results, and this is what happens. Answer the Public will tell you what people are searching on the web. It's scrubbing all the places like Google and beyond, and this is what people are asking about life coaching.
Wow.
So, what are life coaching services? What are life coaching skills? How much are life coaching sessions? Can life coaching be covered by insurance? Can life coaching help with depression? How to start a life coaching business, right? And here's like this wheel. So you can go in there and go, wow, I want a topic. This is really popular. Why is life coaching becoming, I picked that one. Why is life coaching becoming so popular? Right? How about what is life coaching therapy? So if you want to know what people are searching, that's what they're searching.
And Bernice, would you recommend creating a prompt in like ChatGPT or something that you're essentially saying, hey, this is something people are searching for. What do you think are good topics? You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, so kind of
Yes.
melding all the different tools and bringing
I'm
things.
gonna take you there. You're leading me right down the path. I couldn't have asked for a better segue. That's awesome. I have one more tool to show you. Anybody else want to throw in what they're doing, and we'll do it just a sentence or
Sure. Sure.
Denise?
My cookies, gourmet cookies. It's a butter cookie, and my eco-friendly bags.
So I'm gonna do gourmet cookies.
Sure. Sure.
See if it let me. I told you I had limited searches. No, we got it. So it's a
It
little
looks
bit
like you
loose.
get 3 searches for it said register account for 3. Just
What are gourmet cookies? Are crumble cookies gourmet? How much are gourmet cookies? Can you freeze gourmet cookies? So you could do a whole piece on whether or not you can freeze your cookies. How to make them. How long do they last? How do you price? What's how to store them? How to make large gourmet cookies? What are gourmet cookies? Where to buy gourmet cookies near me? Right? Where to buy Carla's or Clara's gourmet cookies. So you might put something in there around cookies, gift cookies might be what you put in there, right? So you get to play with it a few times. If it doesn't come up with what you want the first time, try again,
Okay.
right? Okay. Before I move on to ChatGPT, because I know that's what you guys are all waiting for, some awesome prompts today. I want to talk about one more tool that is really kind of fun. It can lead you down the garden path very quickly. This is not for the faint of heart and those who are easily suggestible and get lost. AppSumo is how do I describe it? It's a place where the apps go that are kind of on the fringe or up and coming. So I go in here every once in a while and I'm just looking for what's new. What is fun? So Photo GPT, they're testing it, right? It's a $69 lifetime cost. You pay one fee. If you were looking for an alternative to a scheduler, like Calendly, you could go in here and it might search that for you. Check for typos. Okay. Calendar app. So there's all the calendar apps. Now, you can compare them, contrast them, throw them into ChatGPT and ask what they know about them. There's all kinds of things. And like I said, this is not for the faint of heart. You can get lost in here. Some of them are free, right? They're trying to get you to test their product. This one's $9 forever and ever, amen. You know, they're very cheap. You can see how many people have downloaded them. You can see some reviews about them. You can see all kinds of things. So there's lots and lots and lots and lots, and you will get lost. I just come to the new arrivals. I look at what's new in there when I come in and take a look. There's a lot of AI. I haven't tried all of these, but if you're wondering how I find this stuff, this is my go-to hanging out with the AI cool kids. There's a resume up one for $29 for a lifetime. You can go in there and play with your resume if you're looking for a new job. Right? There's one about reports, track your KPIs across all markets. I don't guarantee any of them. I just say they're new and they're looking for people to try them. They're looking for, this one only has one review. It's a lead generation. Right? So they're new, they're funky, they're fun. These ones are ending soon, so they might be coming off. Okay. appsumo.com is that one. Okay. And I know I had a lot of questions last time after we did the ChatGPT prompts, so I came back with more. And if you haven't reached out to get the copy of our previous, I also did a handout with all of the prompts that I did, because some of them are quite long, as you can see. This is 7 prompts, and it's 5 pages to get 7 prompts in there. So they're quite long. But I want to start with one. Who's going to be my guinea pig for today? I know you want to.
Sure, sure.
Okay, so we're going to ask you some questions as we go along. Oops,
Okay,
I want
I'll
to
try
get
my
over
best.
to ChatGPT. Now, I have shared with you that I use the paid version. There
Okay.
is obviously a free version, but what it does for me is it adds things to my memory. So before I start with this, I'm gonna say, and I talk to her like she's a human. Her name is Jane. So it's good morning, Jane. I am working with a new client. Please do not add this to my memory because it's not me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I don't
Yeah.
want to add it to my memory, but I want to walk through. So I want you, ChatGPT, to act as, and so we always tell her what her role is: small business strategist, brand differentiator, and challenger expert, a psychologically driven marketer, DEI informed storyteller, because we want to make sure we've got that diversity, equity, inclusion. That's really important. Content creator focused on conversion, connection, and impact. I'll give you key information about my business so you can provide tailored, creative, actionable ideas across the next 7 prompts, because I put them in order for you. These will help me challenge the norms, spot opportunities, and position my business in ways that connect and convert. So my business is, tell me what your business is.
Cookies, the Monarch butter cookie and the
What is it?
eco-friendly. It's
Mo-
I call my company name is Monarch Designs, but I call my cookie the Monarch butter cookie. And I have eco-friendly bags. So we can start with the cookie.
Okay. Last week I did a ideal class client profile. So can you tell me who your ideal client is or what you know about them?
Someone that likes specialty boutique shops, specialty places, going to, those kinds of shops. Things that are
Okay.
unique, gourmet, and special quality.
And special with high quality.
Mm-hmm. High
Okay, what
quality.
they want, what's their outcome is to find the special.
Special gifts.
So find a special gift for someone they love and care about. What are their values? So it's quality,
Yes.
and
Real.
eco-friendly.
Yeah. And real, authentic.
Okay. So your mission or your voice, how would you describe yourself?
How would I describe myself? I
Yeah,
would,
like your business tone.
uh,
Are you a friendly expert, a warm mentor, a bold cheerleader?
I don't know how I would describe that.
I'm going to call you a friendly expert.
Okay, I've got my business plan here.
A baker with heart.
Yes, with a heart.
Okay. Platform, we're going to do this for LinkedIn. It's going to be business to business.
Okay.
Okay. What you're offering. So do you offer a discovery call, a paid, so it's cookies. Oops, cookies, gourmet cookies could be for trade shows.
Trade shows, it could be for commercial business. So
Okay.
it could be,
That's what you need to fill in. So you fill in the blanks. And I've given you some good information. So now I say what I want you to do, and I mean Jane, is use the context to answer each of the 7 prompts with in depth. So you're going to analyze what's normally or expected in my field, suggest creative or challenger ways I can stand out, provide actionable ideas, offer optional taglines and messaging and positioning lines, and overall marketing opportunities. So here's
definitely.
what she's going to do.
Okay.
Analyze my niche or my industry based on what I offer, suggest 3 possible market opportunities, identify one opportunity I could act on right away. Bonus, suggest one small experiment I could test or try with these opportunities without a big investment of time or money. Okay, so she's got all of these details. We're going to let her go to work.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. I always ask her to ask me questions too. That's in there. Here's what we can do. So let's go. We're about to make some unforgettable. So she's got the bases of what you're doing. Then I've got my I'm gonna turn wheat. Nah, just trying to find one that I love. Whoops. Uncover marketing opportunities. Jane, let's work through this. All right, here she goes. So Monarch Butter Cookies is a high quality gourmet butter cookies packaged in eco-friendly bags. The ideal client, people seek unique specialty boutique items. And the industry is gourmet food specialty. So I asked for niche analysis, gap overlooks, groups, unmet needs. So what's
Yes.
normal is the focus is on taste and visual presentation, but less often on package and sustainability. Many brands target general customers or mass market sweet tooth. There's a seasonal push, right? Holidays, corporate gifting. Few brands combine luxury, feel, and eco values without sounding preachy. So here's some gaps. Everyday elevated gifting. A cookie gift that says, I see you in small personal ways, thank you notes, milestone moments, gratitude. Conscious corporate gifting. Companies that are seeking ethical, local, eco-friendly gifts in line with their values. Accessibility and inclusive and luxury foods. So most boutique cookie brands don't talk about exclusivity and taste, like for example, an allergen awareness. Price, often attainable luxury, and the story, who makes the cookie and why. So here's some market opportunities. The everyday occasion gift box, a small affordable luxury cookie gift pack designed for micro occasions, a teacher thank you, a neighbor kindness, a client touch point, a new parent gift. So not just for the holidays, say thank you, congrats, or thinking of you with Monarch moments. Sustainable corporate gift and trade show packs. So mini eco-friendly cookie packs designed for trade shows, conferences, corporate gifting. Offer customization like a small card or a client logo in your brand story. Your values packaged in every bite, which is kind of fun. I like that line. Limited edition cookie boxes themed around storytelling, nature, and sustainability. So each box features an eco-friendly tale. So the monarch butterfly's journey. Collaborate with a local artist for a label and a portion donated to an environmental cause. So it's just looking at how can you do this differently. What you can act on now, sustainable cookies and trade show packs. Here's an experiment. Create 10 to 20 sample packs, 2 to 3 cookies in each, in eco bags, insert a mini card. Thank you for your support and sustainable gift, and put your website. Offer them free to 10 local businesses you already know. Boutiques, co-working spaces, small firms ask for feedback and photo for social media in exchange. So if you're looking to get out there and test it with a new audience, that might be a great way for you to go in and say, hey, here's a space. Social hook, looking for a small but mighty way to impress clients, partners, or guests. I'm piloting the Monarch Eco Cookie Packs for events. DM me if you want to taste, test, or give them a whirl. Small gifts, big heart. Eco luxury cookies for conscious givers. Butter cookies with a purpose, because good taste should do good. So, right, kind of fun way to look at it. And it really will start to dig in. The more it gets to know you, the better it can do with some of these prompts. I'm gonna try the challenge the norms market, break in and shake things up. So I want it to be a bit of a contrarian and look at things. Okay, Jane, I like this. Let's try this prompt. Remember, you can ask clarifying questions to help.
Will you be able to send me this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate it very much.
So I put the prompt in there, and everyone will get the prompts because I think it's important. This is the best part, is the prompts. So this one here is asking it to shake it up, analyze what's considered normal and expected, give me something different. 3 ideas
Yeah.
of how I could do the opposite or break these norms. This is really fun. If you're in a space where there's 73 massage therapists or 58 life coaches when you Google in your community, this is how you stand out. This is suggest one bold idea I can try and plan for the future. So here's the norm, right? Products, delivery, pricing, and positioning. 3 ways. The Everyday Ethical Cookie Club. Ooh, instead of focus on gift giving seasons, create a monthly or quarterly subscription that celebrates small everyday joys with stories behind each cookie and its ingredients. For example, the gratitude cookie, made with local honey for saying thanks. Flips the norm, makes a cookie about connection and story, not the sugar rush and luxury. Second one is the transparent price cookie. In a world where luxury food is vague and cost breakdown, do a radical transparency model. Show a price pie chart. X goes into local butter farmers, X to eco packaging, and X to living wages. Flips the norm, turns your pricing into a badge of values, not just a number. People love buying with meaning. I like that one too. Edible art meets eco activism. Collaborate with local artists or illustrators, to create edible designs linked to environmental cause, cookie shaped or decorated as native plants or endangered species. Part of the proceeds fund the cause, right? They become activism moments instead of just ingredients, or an indulgence, as the word says there. Here's what you can try. Transparent cookie campaign. Create a single post or label that shows exactly where $5 from a single goes for a single cookie pack. Watch reaction. You could even do a pop-up at a farmer's market or boutique shop with this model, right? Plan for the future. Edible art meets eco activism limited series. Plan a campaign where every cookie tells a conservation story, the monarch butterfly migration. Partner with a charity for amplification. Imagine a press-worthy buzz-generating line. Okay, so if you're thinking about it, what does it look like? The one that comes to mind for me is Blue Nose Coastal Action Foundation in Nova Scotia. They're activists who do restoration and repair. They do a lot of fish things. So maybe you do a cookie for them, and you do a revenue share where you say, hey, a portion of the proceeds are going to go to Coastal Action, and they've got a big event coming up. So you make all kinds of fish for them. And that gives them something to talk about with the kids. It gets the adults to stop at a trade show booth, right? Show them how they can use your cookie to create a win, right? Market rule to reject luxury food equals indulgence without responsibility. Times we think about luxury brands as high priced, high value, but they don't always talk about the responsibility of that, right? Imagine driving around in your private jet, right? That there's a big impact on the environment. So you're saying, actually, we do think responsibility. We work with local farmers to get our butter. We work with the local blueberry supplier to get our blueberries, right? So lean in on that story. Common complaint, small food businesses hate the pressure of seasonal sales cycles, feast or famine gifting seasons. So create a 360 gifting guide or corporate kindness program. Position Monarch as a cookie for everyday wins, new hire welcome, team thank you, monthly appreciations. Teach your clients how to use you, especially when you're a luxury brand.
Yes, actually, that's it. That's key.
Yep. Cookies that care, gifts that give back, better butter cookies, bolder values. Every bite tells a story. Eco luxury that tastes good and does good. Okay? Helpful?
Yes, you'll send me that?
I will, I promise.
Thanks, thanks.
I
Yes,
promise.
that's very helpful.
Yeah.
It's actually very helpful.
It's fun to play with these. And that's why I like doing the examples when we're online together and picking somebody out of the audience to say, hey, who wants to be the volunteer? Because the more you play with this, the more you can. I never accept the first thing that Jane gives me. I can say, hey, Jane, this is
You've
okay,
taught me something because really, I have one cookie and it's not multiple cookies, but you're right. By changing the shape, I can change the theme, I can change the event. I
right?
can, I can really play with that
Yeah, there you
for
go.
marketing.
So all I said, hey, Jane, this is okay, but let's amplify this. So
What
she's
about?
going to ramp it up a notch. I knew you'd want to go bigger and bolder.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
crank it up. Break the cookie cutter mold, pun fully intended,
Let's break the
and,
mold.
and really position Monarch as a brand that makes people stop, think, and say, that's different. I want that. Never accept the first answer she gives you. She has more capabilities. All you have to do is push her limits and your own, right? So here's all kinds of, amplified ideas that flip the script.
So, for like causes or
Whatever
shapes or
she's come up with some design your own cookie experience.
themes? Okay.
So if you're going to a trade show, maybe you're the one where everybody comes and gets their cookie. So a company committed to clean water designs a water-inspired cookie for staff gifts. Maybe it's a water drop, right? A wedding couple designs a custom cookie linked to the charity that they love. Ooh, I'm really liking that one. I was thinking decorate your own cookie, but they're actually saying design your cookie. So what shape do you want your cookie to be in? It's not just a heart anymore for the wedding favors. It might be the monarch butterfly because that's really important. They met at the butterfly gardens and fell in love across the shared butterfly, right? Like it could be anything. So can they design their own cookie shape? That's just for
Yeah.
them.
So
You
I
give
guess
them the souvenir
it-
cookie cutter.
that's beautiful. Where would I get these cutters?
I don't know.
No.
I don't have the answers to everything, Denise. Come
Well,
on.
Chat
I
GPT
haven't
does.
well, Perplexity might tell you where you can find, special cookie cutters,
Or you
right?
get
Or
it
have them
from
design.
sophistication, because I do that too.
Oh, say that again.
My bath bomb molds, I'm expanding to cookie cutters, blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
There you go. So the answer's in the room.
Yeah,
You just have to find, right?
yeah.
Who has that spoke?
Can you
George,
put your contact details in the chat? It's
want,
Joy, right?
yeah, I wanted to tell you that ChatGPT also will give you where you can get your quotas from, the sites, the website, and everything.
Yes. Yeah, it'll do a lot of research for you. We're trying to get it to think outside the box, right? So here's the marketing rule that it wants to reject. Gourmet equals decadent. No one cares about the backstory. Reject that. Make the story luxury. The cookie comes from beautiful, edible artifact of that story. Why it works. Today's buyers, especially boutique and ethical shoppers, want their gifts to mean something. You're giving them the easiest way to do that through a treat everyone loves. So, butter cookies that leave the world better. Your taste, your values, one delicious bite. Cookies with a cause, luxury with a purpose. Because the sweetest gifts change the world. Those are all little taglines that you can drop in there. You can take any one of these pieces that she just generated and say, tell me more. Jane, I want to know more about this. I want to know more about that. So you can see I gave you the prompts. I've got 7 of them listed. I'll send them to Lori, who will send them to you when you send her an email saying, please share. The idea is play. Think about
Yes.
childlike wonder. Be curious.
Yes, and I do love that.
Don't accept the first answer. Ask why. Ask for more. Tell her to amplify it. Tell her to, that's a level 1 answer, Jane. Please give me a level 5 answer for this. Right?
I really appreciate this. This is exciting.
It is exciting. It is fun. And the more you play with it, the more you get out of it. So I love that you were a volunteer, Denise. Thanks for jumping in. That's awesome. And the easiest thing you can do is play with her. But I remind people all the time, garbage in is garbage out. So if you don't give her enough information, she's not going to give you enough back. The more information you can give her. So if you look at this is my 3rd workshop with Pero. So the first one we had talked about just using ChatGPT and playing with her. The second one we talked about your ideal customer profile, because that's really important. When you know who your customer is, then you can go from there. When you lean in on this and you take a look, then we can expand that even further. I might ask her to say, what are 10 challenges that my ideal customer is dealing with? Turn those into positives and then create some content around that, right? You can play as long as your imagination goes on. Treat her like a human, have a conversation with her. Donna, and I talk on a regular basis, and I would tell Donna all the information. I don't give her half the information and say, go do this for me. Hey, Donna, can you create a marketing plan for me? She's like, for what? What am I talking? What are you talking about? What kind of marketing plan do I need? How many details? Like, so give her as much information as you possibly can. And say to her, if you're not sure, ask me clarifying questions. Because she will ask you questions that you will not think about. Right? I can't stress that one enough. Okay. 9 o'clock on my time, which is everybody else's 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, all the things. We've run out of time.
Thank
I
you.
love this subject. You can tell that I'm very passionate about it. It excites me beyond, and I hope that it excites you too. Are there any questions I can answer before everybody has to go? Did you have fun?
I
I
had,
had fun. I had lots of fun.
Bernice, I have a
Everybody will
quick
be wanting
question
to
for
volunteer next time, I'm sure. Sorry, I missed that.
Bernice, yeah, hi, it's Nectarvia. I'm just curious, last week you had shared a link to the chat, and I'm just curious, because then I started kind of working on it a bit, and then I was like, wait, is this like a link that now, like, everything I enter from here on out, anybody who has the link gets into it? Like, should I copy it into a new chat? Like, how do I handle if I want to, do you know what I mean?
Thank you for asking that question, and reminding me. I'll put there's the link for the chat. Denise, you in particular should grab that because it's all the stuff that we did. No, I do not see what you do once you've opened that chat. So once you open it in your chat GPT, then you are playing with it on your side only. I'm not seeing what you're doing with it. So if all of you on this call and anybody who watches the recording opens the link in there, then you get to take it from there. So Denise is a
thank you
guinea
for
pig. It's
confirming.
your story that's getting shared. Okay.
Okay, so I just open it up and print it.
Yeah, you can print it, you can play with it, you can continue to have conversations in there. You can copy all that and put it in your own chat GPT and say, hey, you might want to change the very first line that says this, I'm doing this for a client. And do not keep this in my memory because you want it in your memory.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Another question, Nilu?
Just curiosity, just you when you select in the ChatGPT or whatever, we have a link right now you shared with us, and I'm just would like to share. You can copy whole ChatGPT chat and then saved somewhere when you somewhere like in the document that
Yep.
in the folder. So if we need some information, we can copy and paste in ChatGPT. Then go so because if you don't save and I don't know, because if we need this information again we have to go on the link, otherwise we just copy and paste in the
Yep.
chat GPT all things
So
where it
I'm
is
gonna
done.
send Lori this piece and I will share my screen. You saw me go out to the Word document and copy, right? So I've got this document for you. I'm gonna send that to Lori. I'll make it pretty and put it in a fun PDF, but you can copy any one of these chats. These I've developed for you to share. And you get to take them and run with them and play with them because they're prompts. If you put it in and answer the questions, so it shows you, and I'll bold them where you need to fill in the blanks and edit it, as I did with Denise and I asked her the questions. I want you to be able to go in and play with these. So I will have this as a handout probably tomorrow.
This is a very good document and I
Yeah.
feel yeah, means maybe you can enter like lots of questions we have in our head, but the same times it's a very easy life, copy and
Yeah.
paste and add more questions.
So this is what the one looks like from the last workshop when we talked about who your ideal customer is. So I did a little introduction, who I am, a little introduction, oops, it won't scroll. Hang on. Why prompts matter. And then I gave you the prompts from the last workshop.
Yeah.
So if you message Lori, and there I am, so you can find me again. Because I'm too cute not to share.
How do I,
So I will do something similar like this and send it out to you for the prompts, the 7 prompts that I have for today.
how do I import this to my own chat GPT?
Just copy. So when you click on the link and you can see, so let's go here. I would just copy, just scroll all like that, do Command C or copy C, and then do a new chat and pop her in and say, hey, Jane, or whoever your chat GPT is called. Sheila is another one that I know, and say, I just did a workshop and this is what we created. Can you put this into my memory bank and can we use this information? I'd like to go from here. So just tell her what you're bringing in.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I have to go. It was incredible, Bernice.
Yay.
Incredible.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I feel like 1 hour is not enough, but I had a conversation with one of the participants last week, and they said if you give me an hour and a half or 2 hours, it feels like a fire hose and I can't go away with all that information. So hopefully I didn't give you too much information all at once, but enough that you are excited to play and to try and to continue to explore what these AI tips, tricks, and tools can do in your business.
Thank you, Bernice. I'm just going to start my new venture and I'm going to play and I bring all my content and see end of this month how things will work. And I believe it will be good. It will be good.
I can't wait to hear all about it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Thanks,
Thank you, Lori.
Bernice,
Bye.
for joining or for presenting today. We really enjoyed having you back, and maybe we could plan something for the fall and winter. So thank you once again. Thank you everybody for joining us today. Bernice will send the information to me, but if you send an email, I'll just put it back in there again to Kylie at communications@pero.ca. She'll be able to put everything together in one email and send it off to you. So thanks everybody again. Check out our website for the breakfast tour that's happening at the end of September, and any other biz camps and all that kind of information that we have. I'd love to see you at other places as well too. So thanks again, everybody, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Have a great day.
Bye.